It always seems delayed.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Let's Talk CFL podcast, episode number 626. I'm your host, Christopher Jones, coming to you from Merritt, British Columbia. We got a full panel today. We're going to talk about CFL football, Canadian football, and we are in week 20. The fucking season is over, okay? We got 2 weeks of football left, and I honestly do not remember when the last time it's going to week 21 before we get a decision on the placement of some teams. Because seriously, the only thing that's going to happen this week, the only thing that's really going to be decided this week is Edmonton's going to be toast. But we don't know who's going to be in second, third, or crossover. In the West, we simply do not. And Montreal and Hamilton are just too tight right now to call the Eastern Division. So it is a great battle coming down to the wire. And Saskatchewan is the only one that has the ability to sit back on their laurels a little bit because, and of course, Ottawa, Edmonton, and Toronto, because they're all toast. Edmonton's not yet. I know. They still have the chance. They actually could host a playoff game. No, they couldn't get the playoff game, but they could. They could get the crossover. They could get third, but I really doubt it. I don't think that's going to happen. They have to beat BC, and then they have to beat who? Winnipeg?
Yes.
No.
You'd have to beat.
Isn't it Winnipeg? Maybe
It's
not.
No, Winnipeg plays Montreal.
Somebody in week 21.
It's not going to happen.
It's not.
Edmonton has to take on Calgary.
Oh, that's right. Calgary. And Calgary's fighting for a home playoff game, so there's no way. Not going to happen. Okay.
Yeah, but Calgary can clinch this weekend, can't they? So.
No, they cannot.
Yeah,
No.
they can.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can.
How?
By winning their football game.
By winning?
If Calgary wins their football game, they do not clinch a home playoff game.
I didn't say a home playoff
They
game.
can't
I
just
said
They clinch a
playoff
playoff game.
A playoff spot. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
If BC wins, they clinch. Because
I
Edmonton's
don't know.
toast.
I didn't hear home come out of my mouth. Sorry.
Yeah,
Well, no,
yeah.
BC
I
no,
was
BC
talking about a home playoff position.
BC's already clinched.
Yes.
BC's already clinched,
Yes.
but we
So if
couldn't
they
get a
win-
home playoff game.
Well, sorry, yes. My mistake.
Yeah, we can get a three-way tie for third.
Anyways,
How
you're
do,
not
I was
right.
wondering
Just
about that and
everything.
how that works out. If it's a three-way tie for second place at the end of the season,
I
who
don't
gets
even.
second place?
I don't want to know. There's how.
Too much math involved.
Winnipeg has the season series on BC.
See.
BC has the season series on Calgary, and Calgary has the season series on Winnipeg. That's a round robin.
So then it's got to go to offense, does it not?
It goes to division
With
wins.
the
Oh, division wins?
Goes
Okay.
to division wins, and then it goes to points for and against.
Yeah, point differential, yeah.
The point
But
being
it
is
would have
it's
to be
going
a
to be
three-way tie. Two-way tie
it's
doesn't
gonna-
help because somebody has a season series over the other one.
bottom line. It's going to be a great playoff. Whoever gets in,
Mhm.
it's going to be an outstanding playoff.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Winnipeg has to win 2 games, and BC and Calgary have to win 1 each. We have to lose 1 each. I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think we're going to get a three-way tie. In theory,
I
we
think
could
it's
get a
unlikely.
4-way tie.
Seen crazier.
Yep.
I've seen crazier, 100%.
The thing that surprises me of all the surprise, you keep telling me after Labor Day, anything can happen. And I was kind of going, nah, I don't believe so. I'm pretty smart. You're right. Anything can happen. And you can't
Right.
predict this.
So now what's your
We've
opinion
seen
on
it
it?
way
the-
too many times, Mike.
So what's your opinion now, Mike, on you being too smart?
I'm dumb. I'm not as smart as I thought I was.
Okay. So you have to clear that up, buddy.
Neither are we. We just have lots of experience.
That's correct.
Like,
If you say
seriously.
something often enough, Mike, it happens, okay?
Okay, so we are live. We are playing on our podcast. So let's introduce the panel. I got William McDonald. How you doing, Will?
I am good. I'm looking forward to this weekend's play or football games, and I did well last weekend with my picks.
You did. You did
First
very
time in a
well.
while.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you
and
did.
Calgary, believe it or not, won a football game.
They did.
Not
And Vernon
very
Adams played pretty damn good in
no,
comparison.
They weren't that impressive. Sorry,
No, they weren't.
they weren't that impressive.
And his big little brother, Rick. How you doing, Rick?
Pretty good, guys. Good evening. Happy to be back on the pod. And hey, I'm over 500 now.
Only took 20
yes,
weeks.
you
Gotta
are.
have goals.
That's
Yeah.
a milestone.
Yeah, well, that's 'cause-
There you go.
Rick, that's because you're following your little brother.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not exactly. I did pick Winnipeg. He didn't.
No,
He's smarter than you are.
no, I'm just trying to catch up to some people. That's all.
Okay. Scott Morledge, Regina, Saskatchewan. The Greenie.
I'm doing great. Looking forward to some football again this weekend. And unfortunately, my arch rival Winnipeg Blue Bombers made me actually lose a game last weekend. So that kind of sucked, but
Yeah.
No, it
Well, that's
didn't.
okay. I'm kind of excited about that. Charles Cliff,
Hello.
welcome, buddy.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Good. Just hanging out here, living the dream in
Yeah.
lovely sunny
You got-
Abbotsford today.
Yeah. You're going to go watch the game this weekend?
I will not be at this week's game, sadly.
Oh, my God.
I have another commitment that I have to go to.
My condolences.
Yeah, well, it happens.
It does.
Mhm.
Michael Dennis, Portland, Oregon. How you doing, Mike?
Life is doing good. I had a good week and looking forward to some good football this weekend.
Problem here. Something's going on.
Yeah, your head's missing.
You
My
disappeared.
computer's not charging.
There we go. You pop back
I
up
hope
again.
I hope it doesn't die. Is it charging?
No,
How would I know?
Did you put
I don't know.
electricity into that new studio of yours or not?
Yeah, I'm not over there.
Oh, okay.
Huh, I don't know. We'll let it go. We'll see what happens. But it should just be charging here, and it's not. That's plugged in. That's plugged in. That's plugged in and turned on. Unplug that completely and take that out of there and plug this in here and see what happens.
This
There.
has been the electricity report.
Shit happens. We'll see what happens. Okay. So let's talk about some football games that we had last week. Oh, sorry. Yeah, everybody got introduced. Mike did. Okay. So last week we had 4 games. Who was on the bye? That was Edmonton.
BC.
Edmonton played
Edmonton
Winnipeg.
wasn't.
BC.
Who had a bye?
BC.
BC.
BC? Oh, fuck yeah, I guess. I know that. Duh. Okay,
Yep, easy.
so the first game up was this Toronto Argonauts went into Regina to play the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And this went about the way that we anticipated. It was a boring game. I was not excited about this game. Nothing really stood out in it to me. Scott, we don't have a Toronto fan, so Saskatchewan, talk briefly on this game.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I was relatively entertained by the game, only for the simple fact of I don't care who plays. I like it when they come down to the last drive of a football game. I was in Toronto in the fact that they came in with a game plan just to do the quick little dump passes, and Daggy played a really good game, to be really perfectly honest with you. I was at the game and I was watching him, and he was just taking what the Rider defense gave him, and he did a really good job. He came up short, but he did a good job. As for the Riders, I saw not a whole lot. I mean, they moved the ball on offense, but they couldn't finish drives. So I need to see a little bit more out of them come the playoffs. So not 100% happy with them, but a win's a win, I guess.
A win's a win, but this
Still
time of the
need
year, they're
improvements.
important.
Yeah.
It's nice to see the team actually playing well at this time of the year, and they were not. No.
Not as well as what the playoffs require.
Okay, so this was Saskatchewan Roughriders 27, the Toronto Argonauts 19. That was 46 points on the total. Everybody picked Saskatchewan to win, so we all got the 100 points. Charles picked up an extra 32, Will 24, CJ got 34, Rick at 18, Sparky 22, Mike with 20, and Scott with 34. So we both had 34 points there, Scott. Okay, the second game up was the Calgary Stampeders traveled east to Hamilton to play the Ticats. And this game, you know what? Honestly, I thought Calgary has not been playing all that well. Vernon Adams has not been playing well at all. I thought this was going to be a walk for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. I'm not a huge jumping up and down about the Ticats this year. They haven't beat a team over 500. They don't win when they're supposed to. They beat up the young little guys. Anyhow, I'm just not impressed with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, although I picked them to beat the Calgary Stampeders because the Stampeders were playing like shit. And the Stampeders did not play like shit. They actually came back and played a good game of football and schooled the Hamilton Tiger Cats. William, talk about your team really briefly.
You know what? I've said this numerous times. I don't think Hamilton's that good. So most of the times I would expect Calgary to win, but Calgary, like you said, have been playing like crap. So I was, we'll see. The only one reason Calgary won was because they had a running game. Because Vernon Adams was still hesitant throughout the game. He ran more than he passed in the first quarter. And it kind of scares me. But on the other hand, maybe he got some confidence from this game. And maybe, you never know, confidence goes a long way with some people. Maybe he's that guy.
And that's what he needs.
Yeah, their defense did play a lot better. And they had a makeshift secondary. So I can't complain. They won. And the running game was fantastic, and that's what you need going into the playoffs. So
no stupid turnovers by Vernon.
There wasn't any of those either. So
good ball security. Good ball security.
That's a plus. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so this was the Calgary Stampeders 37, the Hamilton Tiger Cats 20, total of 57 points. William and Rick picked the Calgary. Scott grabbed Calgary as well. The rest of us had Hamilton. Charles picked up an extra 24, Will 32, CJ got 36 points, Rick was 40, Sparky at 38, Mike got 40, and Scott with 38. So that was a real close weekend. Close game for everybody on the extra points. We just kind of failed on the pick on a few things. So the third game up was the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and the Edmonton Elks. So we got a Bomber fan, we got an Elk fan. We're going to talk about this game. It went back and forth. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Winnipeg. I'll let Rick try to explain that. Rick, what's going on with your team?
Yeah. In a nutshell, the Elks played well enough to win, and the Bombers didn't. They were just off at the wrong times. It was a fairly, if you look stat-wise, it was a fairly close game. Winnipeg was maybe one catch away from winning the game. Couple deep passes that didn't get caught. The diving one, the sliding one in the end zone, and the one to Brady was wide open down the middle, but it didn't click. The Elks did enough to win the game, and they deserved the win.
Good. So, as the winner, Michael Dennis, talk about your little team, the Elks.
I will say unequivocally they did not win the game because of Cody Fajardo, because I didn't think he didn't play that well. He didn't make any mistakes.
MOP?
He did not have any turnovers. The reason that we won the game was Collaros gave up two interceptions, and Justin Rankin had a terrific game, maybe the best game of the season for him. So when you rushed for 138 yards, and they played well. They didn't make any mistakes.
A little bit too little, too late for them this season, I think.
They didn't make any mistakes that cost them.
That's
correct.
Sure.
No, that's about right.
Sure. Yeah,
that's about right.
And
Okay,
the
so
thing,
this
the
was
thing
the
is,
Edmonton Elks. What's that, Michael?
the thing is with the Edmonton Elks, when we consistently lose games, we are making mistakes. It'll be Fajardo or something on the defensive side where we just can't stop the run or we can't stop the passing. This week, that wasn't the case.
What's this wee shit?
I'm
This
sorry.
week,
I'm sorry. Then Edmonton,
No,
apologize.
no.
I'm just curious, okay? I didn't know whether or not you were like part of the team or something. You were
you
out
know
there,
what?
made
The thing I
cheerleader or
admire-
something.
The thing I admire about Mike is he's all in, baby. No doubt about it. Okay.
He's all in. Yeah.
I
What's
can't
this
complain
weird
because
shit?
I can't complain because I say the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Edmonton Elks 25, Winnipeg Blue Bombers 20. Total score of 45 points. William and Mikey took Edmonton to win. Everybody else had the peg. And so Will and Mike pick up the extra 100 points. Charles, you grabbed an extra 32. Will with 26. CJ with 24. Rick 16. Sparky at 28. Mike at 14. And Scotty at 18. And the final game was the Ottawa Red Blacks traveled to McGill to play the Montreal Alouettes. And Davis Alexander had another victory. Is that 9 or 10 now?
9.
10.
That's 9, right?
10.
So he is now tied for the record with Danny McManus.
He has the record.
He has the record?
This
10.
past week he went to 10 wins.
He went to 10. That's what I mean. So it was 10. He now holds the record for the most consecutive wins to start a career as a quarterback, starting quarterback. So he's 10-0.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. But what we haven't seen yet is how he deals with adversity. What's going to happen when he actually loses, and can he recover, and how quickly can he recover? Or is that a deflating tool?
Yeah, sometimes when the bubble breaks, it breaks hard.
And he's a very emotional player.
Yes.
So, I like the kid. He's got some good talent. He's got good mechanics. I don't think he sees the vision of the field quite the way other quarterbacks do. But he, for some reason, just elevates the entire team.
Yeah.
The Montreal Alouettes special teams plays better when Davis Alexander is the quarterback on offense. The defense plays better. The offense plays better. He elevates the entire team.
They play for him.
It's not easy to see that to happen. So, Charles, you got anything to say about this game, considering you don't have a BC Lions team here?
We're talking about the Montreal or the Ottawa.
Montreal game, right? Yeah.
Ottawa, Montreal, yeah. Well, first of all, Ottawa is about the most embarrassing sports franchise I've maybe ever seen. To see this club consistently underachieve so poorly year after year after year, they never get any better. I don't understand it. They always just bring people in on free agency, but whatever it is, they just bring these players in and they just fall into like an Ottawa trap and just collapse. Montreal, they played well. I mean, they were playing the JV team, let's face it. And you're right, CJ. I want to see what happens when Davis Alexander faces some adversity. it's all well and good when you're winning game after game after game. Once you lose one game, that can change your whole outlook and so on. So I do want to see that. This game didn't surprise me. I didn't expect Ottawa to put up much of a fight, and they didn't. It was pretty much standard what I was expecting. 1 point in the second half, Ottawa. Come on. Really? And I don't think things are going to get any better this week, but we'll get to that when we go to the game previews.
It's going to be the same teams. Montreal and Ottawa are playing again.
Yeah. Here's the problem for that. No Dustin Crum, no Drew Brown. Who the hell are they going to run out there?
Does it matter?
Not at this point.
Not as long as Dice is there.
Does it matter?
I turned that game on just as Dustin Crum was running back to take, I don't know, what did he take, a 48-yard sack or something like that? And I saw that, and I turned the TV off and went back upstairs. Okay.
Well, at that point, what was not worth watching at that point?
No, it was not.
It was not a good game. I listened to part of it, but because I was down on the coast, so I don't have access to TV. I was listening to Sirius XM, and yeah, I don't know. It was in Montreal, so we had the colonoscopy commercials. So I don't like to listen to them too many. So we'll just move on. So this was the Montreal Alouettes 30, the Ottawa Red Blacks 10. Everybody picked Montreal to win. Any idiot that would pick Ottawa to win needs a slap. And the same thing coming up this week. So total point score was 40. Charles, you got 8. Will got 4. CJ got 14. Rick got 6. Sparky 18. Mike got 26. And Scotty got 14 or 24. Sorry. Okay. So where did we go here for the week? Total points. Who was the big winner this week? It was William, 486 points, followed by Scott at 414, Mike at 400, CJ 308, Sparky at 306, and Charles 296. Oh, we got Rick in there at 380. Sorry, he's fourth place. There you go.
Moving on up.
Oh, yeah. I'm moving my mouse around and it doesn't work on my iPad. It only works on my computer. Okay, so where are our standings? Let's deal with the standings here. We'll do that first. We got these things out of order. Let's talk CFL pick'em standings. Scott is 14-1. Mike is 19-11. So Scott actually has a 0.93. Mike has a 0.63, but they're just really newbies on this. CJ played the entire season. He is 46-27 at 0.630. Charles and Sparky are both at 0.619 or 16, sorry. Will's really close. So I got 46 wins. Charles and Sparky got 45. Will's caught up at 44. And Rick is now above 500 at 38-35. So you're 0.521. Okay. Nice. So this is where Pat Steinberg of the CFL media at CFL.ca went ahead of me because he picked, who did he pick to win? He picked
Calgary
over Hamilton. And I went with Hamilton. And I said at the beginning of this, it's one of us is going to go get it in the lead. So now he's got 47 wins. So he's out in front of me anyhow, of everybody. And I am ahead of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyhow, let's go back. Before we go into this week's games, let's talk about last week and our power rankings. Okay. So we have, let's talk CFL combined. We have BC in first, Saskatchewan in second. Now, Saskatchewan in second and Montreal in second is a bit of a misnomer here because I don't know how Sparky did this. because there's 6 of us, 2, 4, 6. No, there's 7. And 1, 2, Saskatchewan got 4 seconds and Montreal got 3 seconds. Okay, that's how he did it. So that's how Saskatchewan got second place over Montreal. Montreal was in, we had the top 3 picked. Okay, we all agree on the top 3. The difference back and forth on Saskatchewan and Montreal. The middle's a little gishy, as Sparky put it online. The bottom 3 are Edmonton, Toronto, and Ottawa. Overall, we actually dropped Winnipeg into 7th place, Toronto at 8th, and Ottawa in 9th. Edmonton, for the first time, got up into the second trimester and is in 6th place. Hamilton is right in the middle at 5, Calgary at 4. And you know what? We all have a varying, there's 6, 7 of us, counting Sparky, and we all have different opinions and different favorites and different biases and different everything else. But you know what? Our power rankings are so fucking close.
I know.
We'll flip one team back and forth, but goddamn, guys, we're nailing it.
And the funny part too is that our rankings are very close to the actual power rankings put out by CFL.ca too.
Yep.
So I think
how
they're
many times
copying
do
us.
we say that they're out to fucking lunch?
Yeah, I think they're copying us.
Maybe.
Hey, they
You
did
think
put
we
us on
put ours
Twitter.
out first and they copy us now? That
That's
could
what
be.
I say.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we
They did
actually,
put us on Twitter.
we do actually watch the games, so I think that matters.
Most of us do, yes.
Well, if
Yeah.
you're not, you shouldn't be putting power rankings out.
No, exactly.
How can you know?
How else do we know? And
Who would you
we
put
can
where?
go
Who
in the
played?
off season. We can discuss what creates a power ranking because everybody has their own.
On parameters.
Mhm.
But even that, we end up very similar. So hard to argue. So this week coming up is week 20. There's only 21 weeks so in the season. So this is 2 more games for most teams. One more game for a couple of teams. So anyhow, the first game up is the Saskatchewan Roughriders into Winnipeg. Jake Mayer is starting. Trevor Harris is sitting. Winnipeg is fighting for a playoff position. So I believe that they're going to come out and actually play some football. Saskatchewan hasn't been playing well at all since Labor Day or the week after. And neither's the Bombers. CFL.ca has a clean sweep with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers taking this game over the Saskatchewan Roughriders. FanDuel has betting odds at Winnipeg at 6.5 and the over-under at 48.9. CFL Pick'em has Saskatchewan at 52, Winnipeg 48. That's only because there's more Saskatchewan fans out there than there are Winnipeg fans, but that's a really tough decision. Anyhow, tight call. Sparky is going Winnipeg at 44. CJ is taking the Bombers at 54. I think that's going to be Zach Calero's points, not Jake Mayer's. Just personal opinion there. I don't see Jake doing a whole shitload of anything happening here, but you know what? Hey, he might surprise everybody except William. There's no way he's going to surprise William. Ain't going to happen. Okay, so Charles, Saskatchewan into Winnipeg. No Trevor Harris.
Okay, my biggest concern here, are they going to sit Trevor Harris now until the Western Final?
No.
Just
okay,
this
No,
game.
he's going to play. I would bet he's going to play in BC.
He's going to play about
that.
half the game in BC, depending on how they pressure him.
I read a pretty interesting article today by our old buddy Brendan McGuire for 3 Down Nation, and every time Saskatchewan, and correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, every time Saskatchewan finishes in first place in the West, they don't do anything with it. So But on the other hand, you don't want to play Trevor Harris because if he gets hurt,
Yeah.
you got Jake Maverick.
But I don't understand.
They've only gone first once before, so. But
Yeah,
you're right.
but you know, if
That was
is
19,
BC
right?
going to rest? Is he
Yeah.
going to rest Nathan Rourke and let Jeremiah Mazzoli? Because if we lose Rourke, we got Mazzoli in the playoffs. That's like that's disgusting.
But if you lose
That's
Rourke,
lights
you
out.
might as well kiss your ass goodbye.
Right.
Every team in the
100%.
CFL is the same way.
That every starter, you take look how Montreal plays without Davis Alexander. It's the same thing. But I don't get the point. I don't understand not playing him this week and then playing him next week.
Well,
To
because
me, it would seem
It's like
the
the
opposite.
preseason.
close to
I
the
guess, yeah, but
Because they
anyways,
have the
I've
in the
heard
Western semi, right?
Saskatchewan's not going to play a bunch of their defensive backs either. Is that correct?
So
probably,
they'll
yeah.
rest a portion this week and then a portion next week.
Okay, so okay, that makes
Here's
sense.
Scott and I had an argument this week on.
No.
We were going back and forth on this. I
won.
do not believe Saskatchewan is playing well enough at this juncture to be ready for the playoffs for a one-game playoff. And I think Trevor Harris should be playing this week.
No.
I think he ought to be getting reps.
No.
No.
An injury thing,
The guy's
it's too
the
risky.
guy's a 14-year veteran. Reps aren't going to help him.
Yeah, and
Mike,
he's in his 40s.
You're right. You're right, and you're wrong. And the part that you're right is Saskatchewan is not playing good enough to be going into the playoffs right now.
No.
But right now, you do not want Trevor Harris playing football. In all honesty, I think that the Riders would rather have BC first and then Edmonton, but they have Edmonton and then BC. But if you rest Trevor Harrison in week 21, then he's also resting in week 22, which is the first playoff round because he's got a bye.
Yeah.
And then so it's 3 weeks before he plays.
That
if
was
you
going to
rest
be my
him now,
point. You can't
it's
sit him
4
out 3 weeks. Yeah.
So
No,
he
so-
has to play a game.
Yeah.
But
Fair
wouldn't this be the week that you would want to play him?
No, because
and then rest
they're
him the
gonna-
last game of the year.
he's going to rest in the Western semifinal. So he won't play this week. He'll play about a half of football in the last game of the season, get the bye in the Western semifinal, play the Western final.
So here's my question to you guys. Doesn't momentum play a factor going into the playoffs, or does it matter at all?
100% it matters.
Mm-hmm.
100%
And I
it
don't-
matters.
And I don't see Saskatchewan having the momentum going into the playoffs, even though they're 12-4. And I grant you, they're the best record in the league. They're not playing the best right now going into the playoffs.
No, but they're
I agree.
not winning. The Riders will not win the next 2 games because Winnipeg and BC both have something to play for.
That's right.
Right.
The Riders want to be healthy. The other teams want to make their mark in where they're playing.
These guys can say they're
they don't-
motivated all they want, but when the game means nothing, it's really hard.
It's
But
like
Mike,
it's like a
the other-
glorified preseason game.
Yeah.
The other thing
So-
you need to realize, Mike, too, is it's kind of like Labor Day. Records mean nothing on Labor Day. Records mean nothing in the playoffs. You lose one game, you're out. I don't care how good you are. You lose, you're out.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Anyways,
if you hang around in the CFL long enough, you will realize that first place is a curse.
yes.
I would have
Okay.
preferred second.
Yeah.
Because you get a bye week, you rest for the semifinals, and then you got to come back to a team that has now got momentum, is now high, is on a roll because they just beat out another playoff team, and you've been sitting on your ass for a week, 2 weeks. So now you have to get your team up to play football, and odds are Saskatchewan's going to get run over by whoever wins the semifinals. And I don't mean that in any disrespect to Saskatchewan and their record, but
No,
the
that's my
reality is they have no momentum.
That's my fear.
Just to
It's a
throw,
curse.
just to throw it out, Mike. 1993, 1994, both seasons the Calgary Stampeders finished the season 15-3, lost the Western Final both years. So,
Yep.
The only difference to that has been Winnipeg over the past 4 years.
yeah.
But
Remarkably
if you look at
consistent.
Winnipeg in the past 4 years, They haven't dominated the Western Final. They've just
No.
and that's when Winnipeg's MO in the last 4 years. They just get by.
And look at
Yeah.
Winnipeg
Just
in
get-
2019. They were not that good, and they beat the right teams at the right time in the playoffs, and then
Yep.
they
Right.
beat
Yeah,
Hamilton.
but
Ask me how.
aren't you proving my point that they ought to go out and play this week like a regular football game so that they
So-
can get some momentum
Mike.
going in.
And then they
But
pick
then
up
they
an
have a
injury
bye.
or two. Yeah.
Here's the other thing. If Trevor Harris had just played 4 seasons without injury, he's very fragile right now.
Yeah.
He's never completed a season without injury. He only
he
missed
won.
one game.
One.
Well, he only missed one this season. That was good.
Yeah.
That's the best I've seen in a long time.
Yep.
But Will said this the other day. Every team is one hit away from being a horrible team.
Right.
Because there's
Okay.
not a team in the CFL right
But-
now that if they lose their starter, they're good.
And I do believe what year did Saskatchewan win last?
The Grey Cup?
2013.
2013.
2013.
2013. I do believe 2013 was the year that the Stampeders decided to play all of their starters the last game of the year,
Yeah.
and both their defensive tackles went out with season-ending injuries.
Okay.
And I
In a
can't remember
meaningless
if it was
game.
Saskatchewan or somebody else, but they just ran up the middle the entire playoff
Yeah.
game, and Calgary could not stop them.
And Mike,
And it
you're
was
right.
mis-
You want momentum, but
Yeah.
you also have to protect your players.
Yes, you did.
And
Because
regardless,
Winnipeg and BC, they're going to be relentless.
and even
They need
if
to
you
win.
win those, and even if you win those 2 games to get quote momentum, you still have the bye week that kills it.
Yep.
Regardless of if you win the 2 weeks.
yeah.
I would have been happier with second place.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'll get back to my pick now because
Please
That'll
do.
be
a big
another
discussion.
off-season topic.
So
You're gonna pick-
honestly, I'm just going to be right up front here. I'm not picking any team that's being quarterbacked by Jake Mayer. I'm just not going to do that. The guy, I'm sorry, he sucks.
He's great, Charles.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll put a caveat on that because he did beat the Lions earlier this year, starting in a game. The
Yes, he
problem
did.
with that game was the other side was being quarterbacked by Jeremiah Mazzoli. So
I think
it was
Mayer had
probably a
78
step down from Jake Mayer.
I think Jake Mayer had 78 passing yards that game.
Yeah,
didn't he?
he didn't. I don't think he hit 100 yards, and they still won. But that's what happens when you play Jeremiah Mazzoli, who's likely a step down from Jake Mayer. As it is, I'm going to go through. I'm going to pick the Bombers to win this game. I'm going to say Winnipeg, 50 points on even.
0?
5-0. Yep.
5-0. William.
I need to catch up, But I
No, you don't
can't-
need to catch up that bad.
but I can't.
Don't
pick
do it. Don't do
that
it.
one
Oh,
when
it's just
Jake
a-
Mayer is
There's
starting.
no way he's picking
No,
Jake
You guys
don't
are
do
Mayer.
it.
gonna laugh me out of the building. So I'm gonna go Winnipeg. What's available? 51? Is that open?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go 51.
Rick.
Bombers
Homer
58.
pick.
Yep.
58. There you go.
We
Michael.
always play better at home.
I want
Michael?
I definitely want Saskatchewan to win because for obvious reasons. But
Not
I
gonna
can't
happen.
but I
No.
cannot in all good conscience go with them. I have to go with Winnipeg and 55.
55. There you go. Scott, you're it, buddy. What are you
So-
gonna do?
Jake Mayer. This is my opinion on Jake Mayer. He was brought in as an emergency backup plan because it was most likely that Trevor Harris was going to get major injury this year. He didn't. Thank God we didn't have to rely on Jake Mayer. I don't know if he's learned anything. I don't know if he's developed any, but I don't trust him. I'm going to go Winnipeg and 52.
You know, Scott, if
Yeah,
Harris had pulled his normal getting injured thing,
we're fucked.
we'd be talking about Edmonton making the playoffs this year.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Rise
what?
would have been out.
We're a week away from if the season was a week longer, I think Edmonton would have taken Winnipeg out.
I think if Saskatchewan
Possibly.
can actually beat Winnipeg, Edmonton will be in. Because
There's absolutely no hope of that happening.
no,
No.
If Jake
well, I
Mayer
don't know.
beats
the
Winnipeg,
third string
Edmonton's
quarterback?
crossing over.
This is
Jack
this
Cohen.
is This is the game.
Are we in bizarro world?
When I said I'm putting money on. I was putting on money on Saskatchewan to win. And then you wrote me back and said Jake Mayer was going to be the quarterback.
Yep.
And I went, oh shit.
Yep. No, as soon the second we won that football game, people were like, oh my God, I can't wait till next week. I'm like, why? We're playing Mayer. We're not playing Harris next week.
But maybe Winnipeg's thinking, they're going to play Mayer, so we don't have to be very good.
Well, that's the problem. But here's the thing. Jake Mayer has, not many, but has had good football games. Very few and far between.
Every now
It could be a game where he lights it up.
A couple every season.
It could be a game where he lights it up. It could.
I can honestly say I've never seen Jake Mayer
play
football. I've never seen him play football.
Watch his
I'm
eyes.
relying strictly on Will.
He's a tiny bit better than Cody Fajardo, Mike.
So he's like double MOP.
bit.
He's like double MOP.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you watch Jake Mayer this game, you know where he's throwing before he ever throws the football. He will stare down his guy.
And Mike, he's always throwing 20 yards down the field, so you don't have to look any further than that.
He tailors his passes.
I watched him for
horribly.
2 years, Mike. 2 years.
Yeah. As soon as I heard the trade,
it was painful to watch the Stampeders fall that far.
Yeah.
Rick,
It was really painful.
Rick, how bad is Jake
The second
Mayer?
game up is the Edmonton Elks traveling west to see the BC Lions in the Dome. And I am sorry. Edmonton really's got to play lights out football. I can't think they're going to do it. BC's trying to get a home playoff game for their awesome owner. And I think that's the way it's going to happen. So what do we got here? CFL.ca media has straight shot BC Lions, except for Christina Constable has taken the Elks. Weird. FanDuel has BC at 5.5 points, over under of 56.5. Huge score. CFL Pick'em has BC 80%, Edmonton 20. Sparky has taken the BC Lions at 55. CJ has taken the Lions. Homer pick, BC Lions at 54. Edmonton doesn't have a hope in hell. I'm sorry, BC's playing for lights out football right now. Their defense has stepped up and playing good. Jake Mayer, fuck.
PTSD.
Nathan Rourke is awesome, playing awesome. Matthew Betts is sack leading. I'm sorry. I don't know if there's another team that's going to beat the Lions this week. I don't think another team could. We'll see what happens.
Well, only one team is playing them this week, so of course.
I know. It's Edmonton. So I'm taking Edmonton BC at 54.
So
Mike.
I got a question before you continue. If Winnipeg wins, do the Elks still have a chance? Do the Elks still have a chance? No?
No.
Oh, no, sorry. No, yes.
Or can they catch Calgary if Calgary loses?
Winnipeg can still lose and Edmonton can still make it in. Edmonton and Elks have to lose.
Edmonton are the Elks.
I mean, Winnipeg and the Elks have to both lose.
Oh, they have to both. Okay.
They both have to. It's weird math.
It's really close. If Edmonton wins and Winnipeg loses, Edmonton and Winnipeg are tied.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So that Winnipeg has to lose 2 games. Winnipeg has to win 2 games for this to work for them. Okay.
And Edmonton has the tiebreaker over Winnipeg.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And if Winnipeg wins both games, Calgary loses both games, or BC loses both games, it's a bit of a toss-up in there. We'll see what happens.
Right.
But that's not going to happen.
No.
I think
Mike?
that's highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely. It's your pick. Are you taking the Elks or are you taking the Lions, Michael?
I'm going to take the Edmonton Elks. Edmonton and 56.
56. Okay. Scott, you're right beside him. Let's hear this.
Yeah, there's no way that Edmonton has a hope, and BC has to lose eventually. This isn't the one that they're going to lose. I'm picking BC 55. Ranking
If
can't beat
BC
the whole
has
team.
to lose eventually,
Every
and they're
team
not
has
going
to
to lose
eventually.
Edmonton,
No.
they're
Sure, beginning
playing
of the next
the
year.
Riders in the last week. That's going to not be a lose. So you're going to say they're going to lose in the playoffs? I don't know.
Well,
Do you-
BC
do you-
55. You can't
do you
pick BC
realize-
55.
Well, there's
Sparky
always
has.
next season too.
Do you realize that Edmonton has been playing pretty damn good defense the last 2 months of the season?
Yes.
If Rankin, who's the best running back in the league, can
No, he's
kick,
not.
he can kick. If he can kick BC's ass this weekend, we have a chance.
Fajardo has to throw for more than 180 some yards.
Yes, he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, he does.
Scott,
Yeah.
you just picked BC at 55.
Yeah.
That's what Sparky's got.
I was gonna say,
Okay,
I think
56. Is that okay?
No.
Yeah. No, Michael's got 56.
How about 53?
That works.
Okay.
Hey, Rick.
BC 58.
Okay. William.
Edmonton 51.
Yeah, he's doing that because he needs to catch up.
Yeah.
He doesn't
And if-
necessarily
if-
think
Let's
Edmonton will
put it
win.
this way. If you look at all the games this week, that's about the only one where somebody could win differently.
Well,
Because
go
Montreal's
back,
not going to
go
lose.
back, go back to the last podcast, and the professor said there's no way in hell Edmonton's going to win. What did
Well,
we
of course
do?
I said that.
Yeah, but he
And I
says
said
that
that again.
every
And I'll say that every
week, Mike.
Edmonton's a shitty team.
He says
Okay.
that every week because it's you.
I do. You know, somebody today said that the Riders are the most dominant team in the CFL right now. And I laughed hysterically. And I says the two best teams in the CFL right now are who? The BC Lions and the Edmonton Elks.
Oh, that was the guy
And
you and I were
Montreal
going
is in
after.
a very close third.
Yeah. He was going
Okay.
based off the standings, and I was like, no.
You
No.
can't go by that. That's so
No.
stupid to do.
These
He's
are
a
the
Rider
teams that
fan.
are winning right now.
Winning games does not necessarily make you dominant.
No. He was
No.
a stupid Rider fan.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go into my pick now.
We can do that.
Edmonton's still a motivated team. They can still make a push for the playoffs. Problem for Edmonton, BC is also a very motivated team because they can clinch a home playoff date, which 6 weeks ago would have been unthinkable. And they've had a huge turnaround in the second half of the season. Not quite to 2011 standards, but not all that far off either. If you look at it right now, they're both motivated. I'm sorry, BC is a far superior team talent-wise, and I still believe talent wins out. BC's going to win this one, I think. And Edmonton never seems to play well in BC, haven't for years. I don't know what it is. BC's going to win this one. I'm going BC 59.
BC 59. I mean, the Dome is the wild card or the trump card here, shall we say. And it's the turning point. But Charles, if you notice, William didn't pick BC.
I know. That's good. That's a good thing.
That's good because when he picks
When
BC,
he does,
they lose. Okay. Montreal and into Ottawa. Oh my good Lord. CFL pick them straight across the board, took the Alouettes. Yeah. Charles is laughing.
90-10.
Montreal 8.5-point favorites with an over-under of 51.5. CFL Pick'em has Montreal at 92, Ottawa at 8%. Sparky's taken the Montreal Alouettes at 51.
Come on.
CJ has taken Montreal at 54. There's not a fucking hope in hell that a Ottawa team that does not have a quarterback is going to beat the Montreal Alouettes, Davis Alexander, who is 10-0.
Are they playing Alexander?
Yeah.
I haven't heard
They have to.
otherwise.
They're
They have
fighting
to.
for the bye. They're fighting for home.
They're trying to get top spot
They're
away
fighting
from
for
Hamilton.
first.
Yeah, they're Alexander's going to be playing. I'll guarantee it. Okay. So what are we going to do here? Rick, you go up first here. Montreal and
58.
Ottawa.
Montreal 58.
Montreal 58. Okay. William?
Montreal 53.
Okay. Charles?
Montreal. I can pick this game in my sleep. Come on, it's going to be Montreal.
We know
They've got no Dustin Crum and no Drew Brown. Who the hell's going to play quarterback? Montreal 57. Or no, Montreal 59. I'm going to go with the 59s this week.
59.
Yeah.
Scott?
I think Montreal will crush them.
Montreal 50, 5-0.
5-0.
Yeah.
Okay. Michael?
Montreal 60.
6-0?
6-0. They're going to get blown
6-0.
out.
Well, I think so. I agree.
Okay. But it's got to be Montreal scoring all the points because I don't think Ottawa's going to get any.
No,
I mean,
they're
they got three field goals and a rouge in the last game? Come on.
The only
And
question
that's
is,
with Dustin Crum.
Yeah.
the only question I have is, will Bob Dice be fired after the game?
He has to.
No,
There's
no.
He has to.
They'll wait till after the
Off-season.
Grey Cup. They'll wait till after the
Off-season.
Grey Cup.
Off season.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
After Grey Cup,
he's
done.
not. There's no chance they're bringing him back. They can't.
No.
No one will buy
Okay.
tickets.
Yeah, but how
Sorry,
long
Bob.
is his contract? How long is his contract?
Who cares?
Who cares? Buy it
I
out.
think
Let
they
him
just
go.
extended it last year.
We
It
care
looks
because of the management cap.
That's
Yeah,
part.
we
That
do.
might be the only thing that might save him, and I still think that's unlikely.
Michael,
pay
it's
him out, he's
usually
back.
before New Year's.
I'd
Any
rather
team that's
see-
going to
I'd rather
purge
see-
their staff is doing it before New Year's.
I'd rather see something happen with the cap than to have them fold.
That
Yeah.
team
Yeah.
is not good. That team's
Okay,
not going
the
to
final
fold.
game of
Embarrassing.
the week 20 is the Toronto Argonauts coming to Calgary to play the Stampeders. CFL.ca media has the Stampeders straight across the board. Calgary by a whopping 9.5 points with an over-under of 52.5. I got low battery again. What's going on here? Anyhow, if I die, it's just going to happen. Whatever. Calgary has 90%. Toronto 10. Sparky's taking Calgary at 53. CJ is taking Calgary at 54. William, you're going to be at the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Toronto. What do you think?
I
gotta catch
I
up.
think you're lying.
Does Toronto have a quarterback?
Yeah, Chad Kelly's coming back.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
No.
right.
No, he's not.
I guess Doggy or Doge or whatever the hell his
Daggy.
name is gonna play.
Daggy.
Daggy.
Oh, okay.
Daggy.
I
Well,
don't know how to say
What's his name? Jim Kelly was at the last Toronto game or 2 weeks ago. Maybe he could come in and play. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Calgary. Let's go 50.
He'd probably be better than Jake Mayer.
No comment.
How does
We're going to
Jake
find
Mayer,
out this week with Jake Mayer.
how
Oh,
does
trust
Jake
me, I know.
Mayer stay employed?
Charles.
You guys,
Yeah.
Well, he's a backup.
Toronto is not going to win this game. It's just pretty obvious. Calgary, 46 points.
46. Okay. Michael.
Calgary and 44.
Okay. Scott.
Calgary 55.
Calgary is 55. There we go. And Rick.
Calgary 58.
There we go. There's our picks. I'll send them off to Sparky so that he can post them tomorrow. Okay, so let's jump over here. Charles built an agenda.
Hey, to answer Mike's question about Jake Mayer, part of the reason, Mike, is because Who is Saskatchewan's OC?
Oh, fuck.
Lancaster's
Oh,
grandson. Lancaster's grandson.
Mueller.
Oh,
Mueller.
right.
He has connections with Mayor. He was in Calgary when Mayor was here, and I guess he was probably one of the guys who thought Mayor could replace Bo Levi.
But here's the thing: he's a backup, and there's no good quality backups out there. So he might be
not a good
one of the best backups.
Not a good quality backup.
I don't know. There's no quality backups out there.
But that's the thing. Name one that's better.
Well,
yeah.
Hang on.
McLeod, Bethel, Thompson.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Nick Arbuckle is the backup. Cody Fajardo is the backup. Okay.
Cody Fajardo is the starter.
Now he was the backup at the beginning of the season.
So
what's happened since then is what it was.
You're right.
Nick Arbuckle was the starter from the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah.
But he's not the number one quarterback in that town.
You're right.
Okay.
Either way.
Technically, it would be Chad Kelly.
Yes.
How can you say that Chad Kelly hasn't played a down this year?
We know
it's gotta be Arbuckle.
Well, it will be after the season. They'll let Chad Kelly go. He'll go to Winnipeg.
I think so.
Yeah, but Arbuckle hurt his shoulder. That's a touchy thing.
Is he going to Winnipeg?
Hopefully. I don't know. Well, Winnipeg needs a quarterback, so maybe.
What are you talking about?
I don't think he should play in the CFL, but
exactly. You've got a fullback.
Yeah, so you need a quarterback.
Can Brady throw the ball, Rick?
So Saskatchewan Roughriders to make sure the Western Final is sold out. And how are they going to do this?
Why do they need to do this?
Craig Reynolds is a fucking idiot. Plain and simple.
I know how they're going to do it. They re-up their coach and their general manager. There you go.
I mean, the reason for the decline in attendance in Saskatchewan is Craig Reynolds. He has taken away everything from season ticket holders. There's zero reason. I asked to a person from rider management during the season at a game when they were saying, like, why don't you go to all the games? And I said, why should I go to a game when I can sit home and watch it for free? Answer that question and you'll have more fans in the stadium. They don't do anything that's entertaining. They don't. It used to be a fun atmosphere to go to a game. Now it's just like, okay, time to go. So and Craig Reynolds just ruined it all.
So they don't have the world's fastest cow.
They might.
Yeah, okay. But you guys have taught me that Saskatchewan has the most passionate fan base in the Canadian Football League.
But Mike, passionate does not mean you have to be at a game.
That's right.
No, I still think they are.
I do too.
100%. But that does not mean you're at the game. People are staying home and watching it.
Toronto has an amazing fan base. They just don't go to the game.
Like, look at Winnipeg, for instance. They have they have the tailgates. They have all this stuff that makes you want to. I have actually heard people go to a tailgate in Winnipeg and say, "Oh yeah, there's a football game." That's how good their party is before the game. Saskatchewan doesn't have anything like that. BC, for instance, they brought in their entertainment to start the season.
Yep.
Teams are doing something, whether it's working, they're doing something. The rider, Craig Reynolds, isn't doing it. He just supports his bonus.
If you're the number one team in the CFL, and you've got the home field advantage for the championship, that to me would lead to an automatic sellout.
No.
People do not support.
I think it will sell out.
It will eventually, yeah, but
it will sell out, and it is a guarantee sellout if they're playing Winnipeg.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
So you're not allowed. Are you not allowed to tailgate around the around Saskatchewan's stadium?
You are, but there's no alcohol allowed in public.
What?
What?
No.
Then who?
There,
Then
you
what's the
cannot
point of
drink in the public.
tailgating?
So they are working on it for next year to bring
Okay.
it in certain areas. We
Okay.
used to be able to, like back in the Jim Hobson area, there used to be a park. There's a park right beside the stadium. You used to be able to go into this park, and you had a little band on your wrist and everything. You could drink in this park,
Okay.
and everyone loved it. Craig Reynolds ripped that away. He said, "Nope, Saskatchewan has a no drinking in public. Take it away." So
Doesn't
no
he
one
realize?
wants to.
Doesn't he realize that tailgating is one of the major things
Yeah,
that
and
attracts football?
you're not allowed to bring your own food and barbecue.
What?
Yeah, because they want you to buy concession food.
Really?
Craig Reynolds got rid of that too.
Then.
Exactly.
Oh,
They don't
God.
have tailgating.
So here's
We
my
literally
question.
have, you go to the stadium, you have the people playing the trumpets and everything like that. There's no reason to go to a game early.
Come
The
buy
only-
a $12 hot dog.
And the prices at concessions are absolutely ridiculous. The only exception to that is they have cheap beer a half an hour prior to kick, an hour prior to kick to half an hour. And they will literally have a security guard at a half an hour go, "Sorry, we're cutting you off."
What about at BC? Since the stadium's downtown, do you have tailgates or how do you do that?
We used to have tailgates, but all the places that we used to tailgate now have buildings on them. So
It was
there's
an
really-
industrial zone that was being revitalized.
Yep.
Okay.
We
And,
used to have big tailgates. I remember there was back in, I think it was either 05 or 06 during the playoffs. There was a huge tailgate in the parking lot behind BC Place Stadium. That parking lot doesn't exist anymore. It's now like an office building. So that's the problem in BC. And in the few lots that they are close to BC Place, because most of the parking around there are parkades, they've stopped allowing people to barbecue and stuff like that there. One of the main problems. Go on.
The only tailgating that's been allowed in the last while, actually, I haven't been there in a long time, was in the McDonald's parking lot that was like half a mile away.
Yeah, I don't think I haven't seen those guys there in a long. I don't think they go there anymore. I haven't seen those guys in a long time. I'm not even sure that lot's there anymore. But yeah, no, they used to allow it and then they cut it off.
And like for Labor Day in Saskatchewan, the reason why that is so much more better, there is actually a house. It's a big open area. It's called Wayne's World, where this guy lets hundreds and hundreds, like he just lets all the fans into his backyard. It's right beside the stadium, and everyone parties at these. It's kind of a mixture of a few houses, but it's a big open area. There's no fence lines, and everyone just goes into there and parties before, and then walk over to the game. But he doesn't do anything during the regular season.
What does Calgary do? Do they have tailgating there?
They do.
Everywhere.
Yep.
All over the parking lot. There's guys who are nosediving out of their motorhomes before the game. Okay.
I'm actually going to Winnipeg's Banjo Bowl next year, and that's one of the big things I'm looking forward to, is the tailgating there.
That's the best part of the game. I mean, that's part of the game is the tailgate.
Jared Richards is going to take me around and show me everything, and
yeah, go to his tailgate.
Yep.
Tailgating in America is different than tailgating in Canada.
Yep.
That's true.
And night and day difference, okay? Night and day. There's nobody in Canada that even comes remotely close to the worst tailgate in America.
Correct.
I would agree with that.
absolutely right.
I said to my best friend, we went down and saw Oregon State, which is a terrible football team.
You have a friend.
I thought
No,
I thought we were your friends, Mike.
You guys are my friends.
Oh,
My best friends now. but Ron and I took Ron down to Oregon State, and he said, "Where are we going to eat?" And I said, "We're going to eat at a tailgate." Well, we don't know anybody down there. I said, "I brought a bottle
Doesn't
of booze.
matter.
I brought a bottle of booze. We're going to find a place there." And we ended up having a great meal, in meeting new people and having fun before the game.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. It's not what tailgating is in Canada.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, I'm really looking forward to going up to BC next year and seeing you guys.
Me too.
Yeah, well, just don't be disappointed, okay? Don't set the bar really high.
Oh my Lord. That's funny.
CJ just left.
Oh, his computer died.
His
Yep.
computer died. Okay,
He's
well,
probably out of juice then.
that means we're not recording anymore.
Yeah, it's well, it still says recording and transcription, or I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see if he comes. We'll see if he comes back.
Yeah.
I don't
He
know
gets
if we're
laptop.
recording now or not.
Well,
I
I
don't
think I think we're still recording. So, Charles, do you want to continue on with your agenda?
All
Yeah,
right.
but I
Or
don't
just-
I don't know if we are recording because it's CJ's computer. He does all the stuff. So
Well, it still shows the little red button up in the top corner there, which normally
But
means you're
has
recording.
it actually recognized his network connection that's disconnected?
That
now?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we can continue on just in case.
Well, we'll continue on just in case. I don't know. So I'll just keep going with the agenda. And we're staying in Saskatchewan for a few minutes because the Riders, we mentioned this a few minutes ago, they've re-signed both general manager Jeremy O'Day and head coach Corey Mace through, I believe, 2028.
Yeah, 2 more years.
So a little surprised myself that they actually went out and re-signed them before they see what happens in the playoffs.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna take a little bit on this.
Okay, go ahead. You're the Saskatchewan guy, so that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, and I know some of you may have difference of opinions. The Riders over the last couple of years under Mace have been an incredibly different team than what they were under Craig Dickinson. Craig Dickinson had, when
how long was he the coach there?
5 years?
Mace or Dickinson?
Dickinson.
He took over in 2019.
So he was there for what? 5 years? 4 years?
Yeah. And he took a team that had potential and he took them bowling. Fucking bowling. That was his. He treated players that were doing wrong stuff. He took them fucking bowling. Mace does other things. This team was horrible in every facet before Mace. I'm not saying Mace is a miracle coach.
Mace has done well.
He's done enough to get the extension. Jeremy O'Day, I mean, he's brought in players in. The players he's brought in have performed. It's up to the coach to get them to par and keep them that way. That's the one reason why I do believe the Riders will be okay in the playoffs is because of Mace. But yeah, no, I think he's well deserving of that. We'll see what happens going forward after that. But I hope to God they get rid of Craig Reynolds. Oh fuck. I hate him with the.
And he is the what?
I hate him. I hate him more than I hate the Bombers.
What is he? What's his position?
Who? Craig Reynolds, president.
Yeah,
he's the president.
He's president. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Welcome back.
He's
CJ.
not going anywhere.
I know, but one can hope.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm back.
Yeah, we noticed that.
Good.
Yep.
Glad. It was plugged in. The breaker was blown on the reciprocal, so I had to go into the other room, flip the breaker, and everything was fine.
So are we still recording?
I don't know. I hope so.
It shows it.
Okay.
I would say that based on a record of 12-4, and I know Will does not agree with me, I thought when you're 12-4, you do deserve the extension. They've earned it.
It's
No.
more than that. It's more than that. You can't just go based on that. But he's taken a team that was garbage and turned it into something. So in my opinion, he's deserved an extra couple of years to see what more he can do.
And my biggest issue with that team, I have no issue with Corey Mace. I think Corey Mace is a great coach. Okay.
Yeah.
My issue
I do
is
too.
my issue is their general manager assigned Jake Maher. Okay.
Everyone makes a mistake, okay?
Yeah, but that's not a mistake. That's like the Titanic sinking. Okay. Like, fuck. Haven't you been watching football for 2 years?
I'm really looking forward to. Here's the thing. I'm looking forward to seeing him correct maybe his incorrect doings. Because here's the thing. I don't care what happens. Trevor Harris cannot be the quarterback for the Riders next year. I don't care if he wants to continue.
And
he
Jake Maher can't be your starter.
And he cannot. No. I'm okay with him still being the backup. I don't believe in him, but I'm okay with it. But the Riders need a new. He needs to bring somebody in that can make this team win, and that's my fear for a lot of teams in the CFL because, like CJ pointed to one of the other weeks, there's no one in this league that's going to be the next big thing, other than a few that we already have. But no one's up and coming right now. It's going to take years for those people to get anywhere.
I'm surprised that Saskatchewan did not re-sign what's his name, CJ, the QB from last year, their backup. He's in
Shea Patterson?
Shea Patterson.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage.
I thought he had some potential.
No. Here's the thing. Last year when he took over, from the first game that he played to the last game that he played, he showed no progression. But my biggest thing with him, he's got the opportunity that Jake Maher is going to get this game, the last game of the season last year. He had the opportunity to prove himself in the last game of the season that we had, and he shit the bed. Cohen actually came in as the third stringer, did slightly better than him. I personally, I don't see Patterson going anywhere.
Is Jake Maher's contract longer than a year?
No.
Okay. So he won't be back.
If he would have signed long term, I'd have been flipping out.
He won't be back next year.
I think he was realistically an emergency just in case we're fucked.
But who do you take? We're losing Zach Collaros, Bo Levi Mitchell, Trevor Harris.
Yeah.
Who's going to replace these guys? Cody Fajardo. And then you lose your backups because they're not any good. Jake Maher, Jeremiah Mazzoli, Drew Brown. I'm absolutely not impressed with. Who? We've just lost 8 quarterbacks.
I think Drew Brown can be a better quarterback under a better coach. He did well under Winnipeg.
He should have stayed there.
He should have. He thought he was all high and mighty, and he decided he needed to start. Because he knew Collaros was going to be around for another couple of years. He didn't want to wait that long. Now you're seeing what happens when you...
I guess in reality, one of the biggest problems is all of these free agent guys signing 1-year contracts or 2-year contracts, so then they can leave when they think they're sort of kind of good.
It's like musical chairs.
Absolutely. So, and that goes with the quarterback situation too. And maybe that's, for example, Arbuckle didn't stay in Calgary because Bo Levi Mitchell was at the peak of his career and he didn't want to be a backup. And he left Calgary and he's done nothing other than won the Grey Cup last year. But in reality, he has done nothing.
He's done nothing. I mean, if you look at it, you remember when we had, what's his name? McPherson was backing up Anthony Calvillo.
Yeah.
Right? The kid looked so promising, but he wasted on the vine there. He was there for 4 years behind Calvillo. Anthony was going nowhere. And then when he finally got out of the shadow, he was useless. Okay. And then you've got other things where you've got, BC had Travis Lulay and Mike Riley. And Mike Riley knew that Travis Lulay wasn't going anywhere. So he booked it off to Edmonton.
Yep.
And the next 4 games, Travis Lulay blows his shoulder apart and is done for his career. and we
Yeah.
lost Mike Riley because of it. Okay, like
Maybe.
how many times has this happened where you've got an amazing backup and you just don't deal with it properly? We know that Zach Caleros is old. We know that he's fragile, and I don't mean that in any disrespect to him. I love the guy, but when you had Drew Brown, you should have played him more.
But
Yep.
don't forget, you can go the other way as well. Look at Edmonton when they had Mike Riley and they had, was it Franklin?
James Franklin.
Yes,
And he was going to be
James
the
Franklin.
next one. He was going to be the next one, and he went to Toronto, and he did nothing.
shit the bed, right?
So,
And then BC had Travis Lulay and Jonathan Jennings. Come on, like seriously.
Aren't you saying that Dustin Crum is probably the best backup quarterback to get a starting position next year in free agency?
I wasn't
I
impressed
don't
with
think
Crum.
so.
I wasn't impressed this week, anyways.
No,
No.
I'm not
he needs
convinced
to
he's that good
learn
enough.
how to read defenses.
Yeah.
And that kid over in Hamilton, Taylor Powell, he plays some good football. He's played some bad football. He's just young. And he's
And
not
what
that
problem-
young anymore.
Don't
problem
don't
is
forget
that-
he had pretty much displaced Bo Levi Mitchell as the starter, and then he
Yeah.
got hurt, and they had to put Bo Levi Mitchell back in.
Yeah.
The
So
problem
we're-
is that football teams are no longer setting packages for these backup guys that can come in and get playing time every game,
No, they don't
even
plan
if
to
it's
play
just
him.
a little bit.
So
Winnipeg used to be really good.
where do you get your quarterbacks? Where do
Now
you get them?
they just circle around the league.
Mm-hmm.
Home Depot.
You know, the other thing you got to remember is take Bo Levi Mitchell, for example. He was in Calgary for 2 years before he even saw the field.
Mm-hmm.
But they had good starters. Okay, they had Henry Burris, and they brought in Drew Tate for a little bit, and they even brought in Kevin Glenn after Drew Tate got hurt. But Bo Levi still stayed on the bench for 2 years. So you just maybe you pay your backups a little more money. Maybe that'll keep them around. Who knows?
Maybe.
We do not develop quarterbacks enough.
No.
We don't.
Okay.
So that
And-
tells me that
and
Trevor
Part of this you
Trevor
can
Harris
blame
is
on
going
the
back.
CFLPA with these short-term contracts. We really need to get 3 and 4 year contracts for players and spend the time and effort developing them.
I agree.
Okay. And if that happens, this 1 year contract bullshit, you put any effort into somebody and then he's off to Ottawa to die.
Yeah, and you know what the other thing is? The other thing is, and not just with quarterbacks, but with backups in general, okay, we've always developed, remember, Wally and John Huffnagel were great at getting rid of guys just before their expiry date, maybe a year or 2 left.
Yep.
Then they'd have a backup already waiting in the wings. But that doesn't happen anymore because these guys run away after a year or 2 years when they think there's somebody and they go to another team. And those other teams are more than willing to give them money.
Yes.
So I don't know what
free agency has killed the fucking league. It's killed every pro sport.
Yeah, well, to a point, I guess.
And I said,
The
done
1 year
great for the players. I mean, the players get money, but in reality, I mean, do you guys remember back in the 60s, late 60s, early 70s, the NHL, where Bobby Orr started with the Bruins when he was 12.
Yeah, you got territorial exemptions then.
Montreal Canadiens had every fucking Frenchman in Quebec signed to play hockey for them, right? I mean, they literally did. If you spoke French, you played for the Canadiens. And they took these kids in at 12, 13, 14 years old, and you knew they were going to play for that one team for life. That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah,
No.
very rare.
Yeah, it's
Most
like
people,
the old
if you
like
stay
the
with the
old
team
days of the
5 years,
CFL. You know, when I started getting into the CFL as a kid, the Bomber team was the Bomber team for years and years. There wasn't all this moving around of players. You got to know them. They got to be part of the community, and there was a much bigger
100%.
fan base there. It's you're right. Free agency fucked everything up.
I
I
remember in
remember
the
Al Wilson, who was
yep.
the center for the BC Lions, lived in
Yep.
Glen Eyre in Port Moody. And you'd go out there Sunday and he'd have his Honda Civic and he'd have his 10-year-old kid behind the wheel and he would be pushing this Honda Civic around the community. That was his workout, right?
Yep.
Everybody knew it. You just go and watch Al push his Honda Civic around. Because they were all part of the community, right?
Yeah, and I remember
mean,
I remember the
Nick
80s
Hebler.
growing up watching the Lions. Yeah, Nick Hebler, Rick Klassen, Kevin Konar, Louis Pasaglia, all of these guys that were with the Lions for years and years, like they were there almost the entire 80s.
Yeah. I
And
played
then you don't
hangover
get like
football
that
with
guy.
Nick Hebler. Do you guys know what
Orange
hangover
shoes.
football is?
Nope.
No.
You're really drunk the night before, and then you're really kind of still drunk in the morning, and then you start drinking again. And it's Sunday around 10 o'clock, and it's muddy because it's in BC and it's raining. And we're playing football at the junior high school, and Nick Hebler comes out, and his little brother comes out, and we're playing football, and Nick blows his knee out, and then he goes to practice and goes, "Oh, I'm hurt." And but he wrecked his knee playing football with us on Sunday, and then goes to practice on Monday and get put on the IR. Anyhow, yeah, we played football with these guys. We hung out with them. They were part of our community. He painted his shoes orange because I did.
I think we've got an off-season topic where we can
Yeah.
spend an
Of course
entire
we do.
we can spend an entire show on quarterbacks.
Of course we could. We can plan
course
an
we could.
entire show on running backs,
Mm-hmm.
receivers. We can do all of that. We can have some fun. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? You want to pack it in? You want to keep going? What do we got?
Let's keep going.
Anything else?
Yeah, the next
we
one
got a
on there is
couple-
Cody
couple.
Fajardo saying that they were built for the playoffs. They just got to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
That one's a joke.
Isn't that like, you know what? If Cody could play for Saskatchewan 2 years from now when they move the goalposts, he'd be in the Grey Cup because he didn't hit the goalpost with the ball.
Right.
I don't understand
Hi,
how
Cole.
you guys are just cruel to this man.
Yes.
And
But
this
honest.
season in Edmonton, he has been a leader. He has not thrown one person under the bus. He's been the very most supportive player of his teammates.
This is the arrogance we're talking about.
He wants to win. He wants to lead the team to victory, and you guys can't stand the man. I love him.
Because
I
we've
love
watched
Cody
him for 10
Fajardo.
years.
Oh my
Mike.
Lord.
I had Fajardo as he played for the Riders quarterback. Obviously, we know what happened with him there. Every single time that we lost, he was, well, the wind was blowing the wrong way, and my offensive line did this, and
My
they
dog
were
died.
selling Coke instead of Pepsi, and
Yeah.
every
you would
excuse,
always
but
find
when-
an excuse.
but when he wins, oh, I did a great job today.
I've never heard him say that this year in Edmonton.
Because you don't want to hear it.
I've never heard it.
Because you don't want to
Hey.
hear it.
I've
Michael?
listened to every interview that man has done at Edmonton.
Okay,
He's not done that.
Hang on. Maybe he's finally growing up. Maybe he realizes, okay, I agree, William. I agree. Okay, I'm just giving some shit out here. Cody Fajardo knows that this is his last place to play football in the CFL. And if he fucks this up, he's flipping burgers.
I wouldn't
Okay?
go that
This
far,
is
but-
it. There is no other team that wants Cody Fajardo.
Think of it this way, Mike. Last season, Cody Fajardo led the Montreal Alouettes to first place in the East. They ditched him as soon as the season was over. What does that tell you?
Why?
Well,
That's a
because they
good
had
one.
a guy that they think is going to play for the next 5 to 10 years as their
True.
starter. That's why. And they can't
I
pay
mean-
2 guys starting wages.
I
Now,
suppose that's true.
and I will go this far with Mike this year. His performance this year has not been bad.
No, it has not.
And I do believe if it's not Edmonton, somebody is going to pick him up next year, even if he is the backup or the starter. Okay.
I could see it.
He's
But
a
let's put
backup.
it-
He's
let's
not a
put it-
starter in this league.
He's
Yes,
no
he
worse
is.
than
He'll
what
come back.
Toronto has currently, and he's no worse than what Ottawa has currently.
Mike, we'll trade you. I'll take Fajardo back. You can take Mayer.
Hell no.
I would do that trade. You know, and Mike will throw a roll of tape in there with it.
I'll take the excuses.
Yeah.
No way. I just you guys just kill me with this Fajardo stuff, but this year he has just been the consummate teammate.
I was thinking about this the other day when they were playing each other, when Edmonton was playing, and they got down to the goal line, and Cody Fajardo went around the right-hand side and scored a touchdown. Okay, he ran it in. Why didn't he give that ball to fucking Rankin? Because Cody was in the end zone by 5 yards. Rankin would have been in it by 15. And that's what we're talking about.
All about Cody.
It is so.
Here's the thing, Mike. When you're talking Will and CJ, once they make their mind up about a player, it's never going to change.
Absolutely not.
He could go undefeated and win the Grey Cup, and they'd never be on Cody's side.
You know what, Rick? I haven't even
That's not
changed
true.
I haven't even changed my mind about Nathan Rourke. Okay?
Hey,
When it comes down
Rick-
to it, I was looking at stats today, and I think Bo Levi Mitchell should be the MOP this year.
The
No.
day the day I see it, Chris, is the day I'll believe it.
And
I was
here-
looking at
William?
those stats there. Well,
Yes, sir. Yes,
William?
sir.
and here's the other thing,
Yeah.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
I need to ask you a question, okay? Because you've been with me for 10 years.
Yes. No, it hasn't
What
been that.
is my opinion of Bo Levi Mitchell?
You hate him. You always
I?
have hated him.
And
you've
what have I
always
said this year?
You've always said he's never been a good quarterback, but he's played on a good team.
Correct. Okay. And
Yeah.
what have I said this year? He's actually finally playing good football. He's being a football player.
Yeah,
I
I
like
don't-
him.
I don't
he
think
should have
he
won
is.
the MOP last year. So please don't tell me I don't change my mind on a player because
Yeah.
I
So why-
changed my mind on Bo
And
Levi
I
Mitchell.
wanna-
No. You missed what I said, CJ. I said when you've made up your mind about somebody.
I did. Bo Levi Mitchell was a bum.
No, you
So-
made up your mind about the way he plays. So he plays better and you can move on for it. Cody plays better and you can't move on for it because Cody's playing better this year. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
And here's the point that I'm going to bring.
Okay.
Here's the point that I'm going to bring up to Mike. And Mike saying, well, he hasn't heard any bad things out of Cody's mouth this year, excuses and
Haven't
stuff
watched
like that.
Cody long enough, Mike.
And that's kind of where I was going with that. Sure, that may be the case this year. That doesn't make up for the past 6 or 7 years where he was throwing people under the bus and making excuses left and right. One good year doesn't erase the other 7 where he's done
and
that.
CJ raises a good
consistently.
point that he's probably under the realization that he has to smarten up. He has to mature, or else no one's going to want to play him to play
Some
for him.
people do that eventually.
And here's the
change.
thing:
People
if
change.
Trey Ford had played half decent, Cody Fajardo would never have seen the field this year. The only reason
that
he
would have
saw the
drove
field
him-
is because Cody Fajardo, or excuse me, Trey Ford, couldn't hit a barn from 3 feet away.
But
So
don't
here's
you
the other
think,
thing. Why wouldn't Montreal hold on to Cody and Cody want to be a back Alexander instead of bringing
Cody's
Thompson over?
ego is too big to be a
Because he
backup.
doesn't want to be a backup.
No. On
He
a team that
knew
he's
going to
critical.
Edmonton, he would get to win the job over Trey Ford. He knew it.
Yeah. Eventually.
So So do you believe that a quarterback who wins a Grey Cup and is kicked out of the team the next year, have you ever heard that happening before?
No, I have not.
Okay,
Anybody?
and you know what?
Well,
And
to be fair, it was 2 years later. It wasn't the next year because they didn't
Let's-
win the Grey
No,
Cup last
hang
year.
on. You don't know where I'm going with this, Charles.
Yeah, but
Mm.
here's where I'm coming from. I don't have the background. I don't have the history that you have with Cody
Right.
Fajardo.
Fair enough.
I don't.
That's fair.
All I can do is judge him on where he is today.
yeah,
Mike,
And
do
Yeah,
yourself a favor.
That's a fair comment.
Go back to when Cody was a rider and watch some of his interviews.
2019.
Because Cody, when he was in Montreal, they were winning. Jason Moss set up a good system. They were winning. Go back to the last season that Cody was a rider when they were losing. In 2019, when Cody took over, no one knew any of his skills or abilities or anything like that. He was in contention for MOP, and he was doing very well. He came back the next season, couldn't throw a long bomb to save his life, and that's where all the excuses. As soon as he started losing, watch those interviews, watch the wins, watch the
2021.
losses.
Because we didn't have a season in 2020, right? Because of COVID.
Watch his interview when he hit the field goal post with the football. Watch the
And
interview.
you know what? You know what, guys? I will say one thing, Mike, and you can take this. Cody Fajardo this year on any football team would have made them better if their starter went down.
Yes.
Because
Agreed.
Montreal would be in first place if he had stayed in Montreal, I do believe.
I think that's
However,
fair.
with some of these starting quarterbacks there, Cody might just find himself on another team that wants him to start.
Yep.
Because there's
Don't-
a lack of
don't-
options.
I'm going to end it on this. He took a $300,000 cut in pay to go play for Edmonton.
No, he
No, he
didn't.
didn't.
No, he
Yeah, he
didn't.
did.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
They weren't going to sign him.
He's
Who's going to
making
give him
all,
wasn't gonna
300K
sign
more?
him.
he's only making $215,000 this year.
He's also
Yeah,
a backup
That's all it's
quarterback.
worth.
He
Yeah,
signed
but
back
he
up
was-
his backup.
He's a backup quarterback that everybody in the world knew going into the season he was eventually going to be the starter. Trey Ford was not going to lead that team. Everybody
That's
knew
not what
that.
you told us earlier.
I know.
Uh-oh. And we've got it recorded, Michael.
The
Because
problem
I
is-
gave
the
you
problem-
my opinion of Trey Ford.
The problem is the professor educated me on how bad Trey Ford was.
I still think I would rather have Trey Ford playing than Cody Fajardo.
No,
that's
you
just
don't.
me.
No, you don't.
No,
This
yeah, I do.
year, no
Yeah,
way.
bullshit.
He needs more experience.
Yeah.
No, he needs someone to teach him how to be a quarterback.
100%. I agree. He needs to mentor behind somebody, and that somebody is not Cody Fajardo.
Nope.
Anyhow, Scott, my question before was, do you know a quarterback who won a Grey Cup and then was fired?
I do.
Oh, what's his name?
I do.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What is his
I
name? Crandall.
William and I think alike, okay?
Marcus
we really
Crandall.
Wasn't it Marcus
Crandall,
Crandall?
baby. Yeah.
2001.
do. No, and who else? It's happened again.
It
Because
did?
we're not thinking the same thing then. I thought we were. Kerry Joseph.
Oh,
Right.
Right.
yes.
Kerry
I was
Joseph.
thinking
Yeah,
about
but
it
he
right
wasn't
now.
a quarterback
And they
anyways. He
fired
was a
his
free
ass.
safety.
Yeah.
That's right. 2012, he won the Grey Cup for the Riders, wasn't it?
Yes, he did.
2012? And
No,
then the
it was
next
Ryan
year.
won it in 2013.
Oh, no,
No, it was-
2007.
It was 20,
2007.
2010.
2007 he won it. And the only
It's two-
reason they won it is because BC didn't have Kevin Glenn.
No, he was Winnipeg. BC.
Winnipeg.
Kevin Glenn was with Winnipeg.
Yeah.
And
That's
he
who,
broke his.
that's who they beat in 2007.
Yeah,
was
you said
Winnipeg.
BC. You said BC.
You said BC.
Oh, I meant to say Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Glenn broke his arm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
broke his arm in the Eastern
The
final.
Eastern final.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'd have 3 Grey Cups.
On
And that's
a
why you don't play
quarterback
your number
sweep.
one in the last week of the season.
Yeah,
There
but
you
come
go.
on, wasn't Ryan Dinwiddie the number one
Yep.
Yeah.
in his mind, anyways?
It is mine.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was Ryan Dinwiddie, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay, gentlemen. Davis Alexander is pissed with the timing of removal against Ottawa.
Yeah, who cares?
Grow up.
He got pulled
Yeah.
out by the spotter. The spotters are there for player safety. Deal with it.
This is my concern on Davis Alexander. He's a very emotional player, which
He's young.
is fine when you're getting everyone going, but when you lose and you're an emotional player, things go downhill very quickly.
Vernon
We'll
Adams.
see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll see.
So
Yep.
it's going to be interesting. I think he's done great things. I really do, but I
And
need to see that. I need to see what he does with adversity.
If he wins the Grey Cup this year, he will be the guy with the fur coat on and no shirt
Oh,
Oh.
in the convertible. Okay, I guarantee you.
Be the fucking.
oh, you mean the next big thing?
Yep. That's okay.
Face palm.
But don't you appreciate the way that guy loves football? You can tell when he's out there in the field. Davis
Oh, absolutely.
Alexander, he
Sure he
loves
does.
it.
But you have to control your emotions.
Yes, you do.
And running and bitching that you didn't like the way something was done, don't go to the media about that one.
Ugh.
No.
No.
That's
not
one of the
gonna
things
make
that
you look good.
that's one of the things that rubbed me the wrong way about McLeod Bethel Thompson. Every time he had an interview, he wouldn't
Yep,
shut his mouth.
Yeah.
Just
That's
sit down,
right.
shut up, and let the CFL do their job.
He's
He
been
was
having,
injured. He was
he's been
obviously
having a
injured.
fight with all the guys on TSN this year.
Just hit the
So-
sidelines like everyone else has. Go through the protocol. Come back.
Yep.
So he's already kind of proving that when things go bad,
But you know what? I think Jason Moss likes him because he is not unlike Jason Moss when Jason Moss played.
Oh, he was a hothead.
oh,
And he still is.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
no,
He
we haven't
does.
seen
He's
of it.
much better
since
now
he's
than
been
when
in
he coached
Montreal.
in
when he was
Edmonton.
when he coached Edmonton,
Oh,
He's
God.
still emotional.
he always will be. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's not like he was in Edmonton, constantly throwing his
No.
headset on the ground and smashing
Or the
things on the
Gatorade or the
sideline
table.
over and over again.
Yeah. He has
He
calmed
would
down
just
a lot.
lose his cool constantly.
That's a man I do not want to play Monopoly with.
God no, he'd be flipping the board.
Well, and it's quite funny because I used to work with the Eskimos ex assistant general manager, and there was a year where Edmonton came into Calgary and played in the semifinal, and their quarterback got hurt, and Jason Moss was the backup. And according to the assistant general manager, in the locker room at halftime, he basically told every receiver in the room that if you drop one of my balls, I'll fucking kill you. And they came back in that game and beat Calgary. And he was on fire. So it works sometimes.
You never know.
Yeah. Okay. That's a wrap. That's the show. Anybody got anything else?
Nope.
All good.
I'm just excited for the game for the weekend of football.
We got some great football games coming up this weekend, even though some of them don't matter. Some, they all matter, but not so much for some teams. So we'll see
Some
what
more than
happens.
others.
It matters for next year.
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
does it?
It
Does
Sort
it?
of. Sort
It
of.
does because
If you're
We
looking
can
at
watch
Ottawa
Mariners-
right now, is your coach and general manager going to be there?
No.
yes,
Probably not. No.
So if Winnipeg
Powers, yeah, he will be.
doesn't make the playoffs this year,
They will, though.
if you watch any game near the end of the season for the Riders, Jeremy O'Day is there.
Do you blow up the Bombers?
You have to.
The Bombers are going to blow up themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they're
have to.
They're old
players are
and
gonna
they're
leave.
showing it.
Bombers are going to go through a complete rebuild.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
hang
think
on,
so.
hang on. Let's talk about the Bombers. I'm not shutting the show down. We're talking football. We're on a roll now. Okay. Mike O'Shea. He takes over the Bombers in what, 2014, 2015, something like that?
Whatever.
Okay. And they're a terrible team. And they've been a terrible team for a lot of years. And they get a coach, and he's in there for a year or two, and they fire him. And he's in there for a year or two, and they fire him. And a year or two, and they fire him. So Mike O'Shea comes in. He's the coach. And they keep him. And they're not doing really well. They're a mediocre team. They show some improvement, but not much. And they're playing along. And Mike's got no emotion. He's terrible with interviews. He's not showing what's going on. And he's there for 4 years, 5 years. And the 5th year in 2019, everybody on the podcast said that O'Shea's going to get fired. O'Shea's going to get fired. And Winnipeg has a mediocre season. Riders are just stomping the league with Cody Fajardo. And the Bombers squeak into the playoffs. Grab Zach Caleros, the last week or 2 weeks at the end of the season. Then Zach goes in and wins 4 straight games, which was the final game of the season, the Western semifinal, the Western final, and then the Grey Cup. And he wins a Grey Cup. Mike O'Shea saves his career. This team is built to rock. And then they get the 2020 is off. They come back in 2021. The team is a powerhouse. Mike O'Shea is coach of the year. They win the Grey Cup again. And then they start to go downhill. Does Mike O'Shea only able to coach a good team?
He's too friendly with his players. He
wants to be their buddy.
Yeah. And they did an amazing job when they let go of Andrew Harris, when they had Brady Oliveira just coming up. There was so many people that looked at this and said, how can you let Andrew Harris go? He still went to Toronto and performed because they had a guy coming up that was just as good that they had the future with. They should have done the same thing with Zach Caleros and Drew Brown, and Drew Brown should have stayed along for another year or two. He could have taken over, and Zach Caleros could have retired when he should have, and they could still be rocking.
Yes.
Potentially.
They didn't do it.
Potentially. No. And now you have a situation where they're going to lose a lot of defensive and offensive players this year. Stanley Bryant, he has to retire. I mean, he's hitting 40. Zach Caleros is done. They have Strevler. He's not a backup quarterback. I can see a lot of potential receivers leaving. I can see some defensive people leaving because people want to go where there's a team that can win the Grey Cup. Winnipeg next year is not a contender to potentially even make the playoffs.
They're lucky to be a contender this year.
And Willie Jefferson's got to retire at some point. He's what, 41? 42?
No, he's 35.
Oh, is that? I thought he was older than that.
Willie's not old.
Jeez, I thought he was.
It was Jackson Jeff.
There's huge rumors, though,
that's
that he's
what I'm
leaving.
thinking of. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised me.
William, you've got a question.
Yeah, Ricky, you got something to say? Ricky, you got something to say?
Nope.
Ricky, say something, please.
Well, we're talking about your team now, Rick. Don't you have anything to say?
Just telling you, don't count us out this year, guys.
Well, no, and as far as them going downhill after 2021, they've been to 3 more Grey Cups since then. They've lost them, granted, but they've been to the show. Sorry, and
they've been dominant during the season.
And as far as Mike O'Shea not doing well in his first year as well, who would have done well with Drew Willie? Not me.
True.
Just saying.
And you know the other thing, saying a coach, not being close with his players. It's not always a detriment. With some teams, that is the secret
Correct.
sauce.
But why does Mike O'Shea not have the Bombers up there competing for first, second place?
He does.
No, he doesn't.
Right now they are.
If they're no, I'm saying actually, Winnipeg should be where BC and Saskatchewan are, not
Can I ask,
potentially.
what is so wrong? What is so wrong? He's had 5 consecutive Grey Cup appearances. Isn't at some point you're going to have to rebuild? You're not you're not always going to be great.
If Michael, if you are John Huffnagel or Wally Buono, you rebuild as you're going along.
Yeah.
Okay? Wally Buono sent G. Simon packing because we had Brian Burnham.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay? You have to turn over your team. Problem with Winnipeg is they've kept Stanley Bryant for 4 years longer than they should have. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is he still a dominant O-lineman? Yes, but he's 40 years old. Why didn't you bring somebody else in? Why isn't somebody else been training? You kept Andrew Harris way too long. Okay? Zach Caleros is 2 years too long. Of course, they're a dominant team right now. They're still a strong team, but they're going to all come apart at the same time.
They are fading.
Having said that, you know, when you compare, especially Wally Buono in BC, he was the general manager too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So he got to make those decisions. We don't know what decisions Mike O'Shea gets to make all on his own. He's not the boss. He's the head coach.
Fair.
Hang on.
He plays who they give him.
I think he has input.
I would hope he does, but not the last word, maybe.
Who's the general manager? What's his name? It's
Kyle Walters.
Kyle Walters, yeah.
Kyle Walters. There's no way Kyle Walters has control of that team.
I don't know this. I don't get to go to meetings in the Bomber Stadium. I don't know what's going on, and neither do you. You can guess, you can assume, but we don't know what decisions Mike Shea gets the last say on and which ones he does.
We know when there's a strong general manager in a team, and we know when there's a weak one. How many? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Kyle Walters was. They were going to fire him, and then they kept him on for another year. They didn't give him a big extension. They said, okay, we're going to run out your contract, and then after that, they extended him 1 year, and then Kyle Walters was out the door. And Mike O'Shea brought him back.
But don't you think that there's a thing called loyalty to your players? If you've been to 5 consecutive Grey Cups, and that to me is a pretty impressive record.
Oh, no.
Don't you have some loyalty to your players?
No. Sports is not a loyalty business. Sorry.
No.
It's great, but you know what? You've got to keep looking to the future. If you're not doing your job.
The scariest thing, Mike, in the CFL with free agency, and we're not talking about big money changing hands from one team to another. Guys are leaving for $10,000 and $15,000 raises.
Right.
Which, depending on your position in the CFL, that's a big raise.
It's a lot of money. Yes,
Yeah.
It is.
You know, and you know what? Every time I talk a lot about football with people, the part in my head when I'm bewildered about some decisions that I think of is I am not a CFL coach earning my living by making the right decisions. I'm not a CFL general manager whose lifestyle counts on me making right decisions. I have neither the experience, or the education to second guess them. As a fan, I can say shit all the time, but in the end, what am I really talking about?
Every fan thinks that they're a coach and GM.
That is a good point. There is so much behind the scenes shit that we don't know about.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know who's got pictures of who with farm animals. There's things that happen out there that people get to keep their jobs. Happens
Yeah.
in politics. It happens in football.
Well, Rick, here's the question. What do you think happens after this season? Do they retain Mike O'Shea? Are they going to move
Yes,
on?
retain Mike O'Shea. Of course they do.
I
I
think
say
so.
to retain Mike O'Shea. I say we got some ugly years coming as these aging guys move on. It's going to take a while to get the talent and gel, and that's the cycle of life.
And once
Yep.
again, you take Mike O'Shea, you take Dave Dickinson. If you fire those guys, they will have a job tomorrow.
Oh,
True.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
And
So-
those guys
so-
can also be drawing cards if you're bringing in other players.
absolutely.
Keeping guys there shows that you have stability.
Yeah.
So I coached football a long time. I coached a midget team for 13 seasons. So every year you never knew who was going to show up, who was going to age out, what kid was going to show up. It was a crapshoot every year. So we made the championship game 13 years in a row. We won the first one, lost the next 12. So I'm not going to give any professional coach advice.
And Ricky got to keep his job, which I would be surprised how he kept his job after 10 minutes, for fuck's sake. That's just my opinion.
I'll tell you how, Will. I was the president of the association.
Okay, there you go.
There's your answer.
All I can do is I can associate it with, my specialty here in Portland is basketball. And we have been through one hell of a rebuild here in Portland. And we gave up an icon in order to begin that rebuild. And it happens.
Yep,
Rebuilds happen.
Oh, 100%.
With every team. No team has never gone through a rebuild.
Hey, with Mike mentioning basketball, I wanted to say earlier, Charles, that when you were saying Ottawa is one of the most embarrassing professional franchises ever in sport,
Yep.
I'll give you another one. They were called the
The
Vancouver
Vancouver
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies. Yeah, I knew you were going with that.
101 wins to
And
356 losses.
we know one, Charles. We know a guy who's been a Cleveland Browns fan
Oh, yes.
his
We
entire
do.
life. How are you a Cleveland Browns fan? Like, how?
They're
And
pathetic.
What's
CJ the
CJ
Ghost.
doing? What is he
CJ
You
doing?
the
don't know.
Ghost.
CJ, what are you doing?
I got a cramp in my hamstring.
Those things last for a while.
Not,
Those
it's
things
not a
last for a
cramp,
while.
CJ. It's not a cramp, CJ. It's an old guy fat pain.
But I can't stretch it out. It won't stretch out.
I thought maybe his underwear were riding up or something.
Hey, Rick.
It fucking hurts.
How is Dembski doing with his hamstring? Do you know?
No idea.
Oh,
No idea.
I don't think he's playing this week.
No, he's
no,
not.
he's not.
I
I just
can't
didn't know
believe-
if it was a minor thing or if it was a major thing or
Hamstrings are always a pain.
yeah.
I can't believe Caleris missed him in the end zone with that pass.
He didn't have the best of games.
That was shitty.
And he was open. Again.
Nick Dembski's always open.
Exactly. Maybe he can
He's
play
still
quarterback.
open.
Maybe he can play quarterback.
Well, he's not playing this week, is he?
No, he's
No.
not.
No.
Wow.
We'll save him for the Grey Cup.
Wouldn't it be fair to say that? Wouldn't it be fair to say that Winnipeg has been depleted on the offensive side? Their wide receivers have been injured.
Everyone has.
Yeah,
They're-
everybody has. It's
Mhm.
every week
part of
it's
football.
different, right? Yeah. Yeah.
No team has been healthy.
No.
No.
But that's also
Actually,
why we
I'm kind of impressed with the lack of injuries with the BC Lions.
Don't
we
say
really
that.
haven't
Touch
lost
wood.
any big name people.
Don't say that.
Hope you don't
Jesus.
jinx yourself there, CJ.
Oh.
I know.
CJ, this is going to be the week that you've got two MOPs competing against each other for victory.
Why? BC's not playing Winnipeg. Or I mean Montreal.
You know, you're never going to hear the end of this. If Fajardo wins this week, I'm going to be on your case this week.
See, if
Mike,
Fajardo wins.
Mike, what did I say at the beginning of this podcast? What did I say?
I can't remember.
I'm not emotionally attached to the outcome of the game.
It's true. He can care less.
And Mike,
I am.
No single player wins a football team. It's the whole team.
That's why they call it a
I
team
couldn't
sport.
care less.
You do care. I know you do. Down deep.
I do not.
Keep telling yourself that, CJ.
Okay. Charles, how long you know me? Do you agree with what I said?
Yes.
I don't care.
Yeah,
He
you do.
doesn't. No, he doesn't. Trust me.
I don't. I would rather sit down and argue with contracts and rules and everything else, the business side of football. I really don't care about the games. Okay? It's weird. I know.
You're missing something that's valuable about the game, and that's caring about a team.
You want to get into a great discussion with CJ about football? It's when we're negotiating a CBA. Because now I'm excited.
Yeah, we've had some interesting discussions about that too.
I enjoy.
Well, I'd love to argue on that one.
Oh,
okay.
I love CBA.
Off season.
Oh yeah.
Of course, it's an off season, but it's the same thing with these changing of the rules. I am fucking.
Off
you want to
season.
see me get emotional? There you go.
Off season.
Okay, but I don't get it. I don't get attached to the outcome of a game. I could care less. I get mad. I'll get pissed off and leave. Turn the thing off. I won't throw my remote at the TV. I'm not that emotional.
Okay, so there's a degree of it there, because if you get mad and turn it off and yell at the TV, then you do care, buddy. Otherwise, you wouldn't get mad at a bad game. So you do care. You do care.
I flush
you
it.
You do care. It's okay.
It's just like a quarter.
Let's face it, bottom line, whoever wins, unless you bet on these things, it doesn't put any money in their pockets. It's not a big deal. And guess what? Next week, there's another game.
Exactly.
That's where I'm at. If the Riders lose, there's always next week.
You
know, it's always next season.
That's the bad part about.
I'm really not emotionally attached to the outcome of the games. I could care less.
What makes me sad, we've only got 2 more weeks.
Hey Mike, if Cody goes somewhere next year, are you gonna be a Cody fan for that team or not?
Yeah, hell no.
Why not?
Oh,
I'm an Edmonton Elk fan. I root for the Edmonton Elks.
He's the one.
God, I wish they'd change that name.
So there's no loyalty. There's no loyalty of the teams to the players. There's no loyalty for the players to the team.
Nope.
There's no loyalty in the coaches. There's no loyalty in the presidents. There's no loyalty in the owners. They come and they go. The only factor of all of sports that there's a constant, the only constant in sports is the fan.
They come and go too, just a different team.
They don't. Very rare will you have a fan switch teams.
That's true.
Happens all the time.
No, I've been a Portland Trailblazer fan since 1972.
Oh, there are. That's why I'm still a Winnipeg Bomber fan, and I get bugged all the time.
There's 6 of us on this podcast right now. There's only one of us that has changed teams.
Correct.
Okay. Yes, it happens. But the reality of it is they don't. Look at the Rider fans that leave Saskatchewan, and they're diehard Rider fans forever. And I don't care where you are. You're living in the Philippines. You're a Rider fan. Okay.
That's true.
It's bizarre.
Isn't that a beautiful thing though? I mean, the Saskatchewan fans
It is if
love
it
their
doesn't
team.
annoy the shit out of you.
It annoys the shit out of me.
Okay.
But then there's
I-
me.
I
Come
have
on.
Winnipeg
Yeah, but-
friends that live out here that are BC Lion fans now.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and I've said this
They
before,
live
and I'll
here.
say it again: the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Winnipeg Blue, the most toxic fan base in all the CFL, but they also have the best fan bases. There's just so many of them.
Yeah.
You're gonna get, when you have that many fans, you're gonna get some toxic people. Now
Mhm.
watch, when you go onto all these forums, right? Right now, you're seeing Rider fans demolishing everyone like crazy. We're the best. We're the best. Screw you.
Yep.
The last 4 years, you've seen the Bombers going, you're not as good as us. You're not as...
Very true.
And then that's the way it is. Whoever's the winning team, those are the
Yep.
teams that are going after you. So
Yeah.
if next year Winnipeg's the better
Disagree
team,
with you.
how?
Well, the one thing I will say about that is over the past 6 months, because I've become an Edmonton fan, I am seeing a lot of negativity towards Edmonton. I've got people that instant message me who live in Edmonton who can't stand Edmonton anymore because they call them the woke franchise. And then specifically, I'm going to call out one guy, Tom Bailey. Down deep, that guy loves Edmonton. But it seems like every time Edmonton loses, he sends me a message. It's great. And I'm going, why don't you love your team? I get the fact that they've been woke. There have been a lot of issues with Edmonton. The ownership has changed. They're trying to change the culture. Why are you so damn negative about the Edmonton Elks? Do you want them to fold?
It's
They
common
wanted
nature.
to go back
And
to
some
the
of them do.
Eskimos.
It's common nature, Mike.
Yep.
They want them to go back to the Eskimos.
I'm sitting in Portland, Oregon, and I'm their biggest fan. I really
Yeah,
believe that.
That is a whole show in itself too, Mike.
Yep.
That's an off-season
That's
show.
another off-season topic.
Yeah, no
Write
kidding.
that one down, Charles.
Yep, write that one down, Chucky. That's funny.
Okay, I'm going to shut this show down now. Okay, we had enough fun.
Yeah.
Is that
Fair enough.
okay?
I could go on forever. I mean, I'm enjoying this with you guys, and we could banter this for the next 2 hours. But I'll never get it uploaded onto YouTube. I gotta
Fair enough.
truncate this a little bit, okay?
No.
So this has been Let's Talk CFL podcast episode number 626. I've been your host, Christopher Jones. I had a blast. We were just completely off the rails in every subject around, and that makes the best shows. Always does. Always has the best shows when we're going all over the place. Any particular tangent? I don't care. Let's do it. Okay, William, say goodnight.
You know, I'm going to say watch football this weekend, guys. And the best thing about a Rider fan is when they're in your stadium and their team is losing,
Yes.
you don't hear them. They disappear.
True.
So,
Yeah, but you still see the green.
yeah, I can't help that.
Yeah. Scott, say goodnight.
Good night, everyone. I'll watch football this weekend. It's going to be a great ending to the season.
It's going to be a spectacular ending to the season. Charles.
Good night, folks. We're all looking forward to this weekend's game, so they should be some good ones out there. So we will, don't mind that. So we will, we will talk to you next Wednesday.
Is it Halloween or is that Anne Marie or?
Yeah, that was
Is
my
that your
wife. She
dog?
was just kind of looking over top of the screen there, and then all of a sudden her hair went down in front of my camera. So, and it looked like they were being attacked by some sort of monster. So,
There you go.
Michael,
Yeah.
say goodnight.
For all my Edmonton fans, we're going to win this week in BC. Let's enjoy football and just have a good week.
Ricky, say
Have a good
goodnight.
one, Mike.
Yes, Mike.
Good night,
Go
everybody.
guys, laugh.
Thanks. Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening and watching.
Okay, you guys take care.
all
Have a
right.
good one.
Yep.
Bye.